Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward or stay with us through our hellos. And as usual, I'm going to check the sound first. Hello. Hello. Okay, the sound seems good. The sound seems good. Yes, good. Excellent. Good morning, Zazu. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Sandra. All right, it is time for us to start. And today we continue our exploration of obstacles to sympathetic joy by examining one of the habitual mind states we find ourselves in: comparison. Comparing ourselves to others is a very powerful mental affliction. In Buddhist psychology, it's actually called conceit. When we are enmeshed in this comparison, we are pulled outside ourselves, trying to know who we are and what our experience is by comparing ourselves to others. Who am I in reference to that? Am I good enough to comparison to that? And whether we conclude that we are better than, worse than, or equal to another, when we measure ourselves against others, it causes us harm. As we constantly try to decide through comparison with others who we are, what is important about us, whether or not we are happy, that churning of the mind in itself undermines our happiness. Comparison is a growing, painful restlessness. It can never bring us to peace because there is no end to the possibilities for comparison. You may be sitting in a room, for example, and you notice that the person near you is quite attractive. He also seems very articulate. So your first conclusion is, well, I'm not as good looking as that one, and I cannot speak so eloquently either. Then you notice that the person in front of you looks somewhat drab and worn out, maybe struggling for words, and you think, oh good, I'm better than this one, I'm smarter and look better. And there it goes, on and on the background of our mind. By the time you have more or less established your status in reference to everyone around you, someone new arrives and the anxious comparison begins all over again. And a lot of times, without us being even consciously aware of this, what a dread. At the center of the comparing mind state is competition. Who is going to win by being better? The Buddha once said, in a battle, the winners and the losers both lose. The defeated lose power, freedom, property, family, sometimes their lives. But the so-called winners of the battle find themselves left with the hatred, fear, and envy of those who have been conquered. In the cycle of revenge, it's just a matter of time until the wheel turns and those who have been winners become losers. When the battle is an inner one, over who is inherently better or worse, who is happier and more deserving, we are setting ourselves up to lose. In practicing sympathetic joy, rather than looking at others in order to define ourselves, we begin by recognizing that we do indeed deserve to be happy. Out of that confidence, we're able to delight in the happiness of others instead of feeling threatened by it. Rather than losing ourselves in the centrifugal force of longing that pulls our focus outward to what we think we don't have, sympathetic joy reorients our relationship to the world into one of opening and effortless giving. So let's continue exploring sympathetic joy through the formal practice now. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your mind, your heart. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Notice your breath. Allow it to be the way it is. No struggle. See if you can get a sense of spaciousness in your breathing, so that all the experiences of the present moment can simply flow through you as energy. Easy. In the past 2 days, we did a practice of sympathetic joy for a good friend and then a benefactor. So today, let's choose a neutral person to direct the energy of sympathetic joy to. It may be somebody you pass on the streets all the time but don't know the name of. Somebody who doesn't really affect your life in one way or another. Try to think of somebody who remains truly neutral in your mind. In this case, you may not know of any particular source of happiness in their life because you don't know this person enough. So instead, imagine this person smiling as if some good fortune has come their way. And start directing your sympathetic joy phrase to them. May your good fortune continue. May your happiness not diminish. Or whatever phrase resonates the most with you in this instance. Simply recite the phrase you choose over and over again. And let part of your attention scan your body, heart, and mind. And notice, what do you feel in your body as you recite this phrase? What's happening in your heart? What thoughts come to mind? If you notice judgment or envy or comparison or whatever it is, don't read too much into it. Simply remind yourself that this is a normal part of your practice. How human of me. Trust that with time you will find this boundless state of sympathetic joy without any obstacles. So continue reciting your phrase over and over again, and I'll be quiet for a couple of minutes, giving you space to connect with your direct experiences. Now place your hands on your heart and thank yourself for this beautiful work that you've just done. And start sending the energy of loving kindness to yourself. Repeat after me silently or out loud. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And one more time. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And as you gently let go of your practice, as always, scan your body. Notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you, really? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to continue noticing your internal response to the good fortune of others, those you know, those you don't know. Is it pure sympathetic joy? Or is it some form of judgment, envy, comparison? Or maybe it's a whole mix of everything. Whatever it is, please don't judge yourself. Enjoy your exploration. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.